Alright, so this is gonna be like a Diphenhydramine trip report, and basically I'm just gonna talk about like how my experience was yesterday, and basically like the basics of it if you're interested in doing it. It wasn't my first time, but it was like my first time ever being able to get any like real effects out of it. I took about probably around like 22 in total, but like 15 the first time of the day, and then I just kept adding on to it over time because I could feel like the effects wearing down, but it didn't really make that much of a difference. But basically I took it around like 6:30. I took 15 25 milligram tablets, and then I went swimming for a while and didn't really feel anything. And then whenever I came inside, I like sat down and I started to my legs started to get kind of like weak, which had happened to me before in my previous times trying it. And I was stumbling over, and I was telling my friend, I was like, look at what, I was like laughing about it. And then basically nothing really was happening besides that, and some mild another thing that happens is I see like little black dots, not really like bugs. Everybody talks about seeing like bugs crawling around. I mean, I guess that would kind of be what they are. Like, it's moving around, but like it's like a faint, like they have no detail. They're just like little dots that like crawl around, and it's easy for me to tell if it's like a real or not. And then like my stomach was upset, and I somehow like made myself regurgitate like a little bit of barf into my mouth, and I wasn't really thinking clearly, and I tried to swallow it back down, and I felt like the texture, and it made me want to like go throw up more, like really bad, because I immediately after I tried to swallow it, I regurgitated it, and I was like, ooh. And my friend was like, dude, bathroom, and I ran and I threw up, and it wasn't really that bad. It was just like a little bit like pizza, really. Wasn't extremely uncomfortable. But then when I stood up, I like looked in the mirror, and I heard like a really like deep, dark voice say like, "God damn you!" And I got kind of creeped out, and I went back in and I told my friend. He's kind of laughed at it, and then like, what is it? I was sitting on the couch, and things kept moving up and down, like picture frames and clocks, and about anything else that was like mounted to the wall would keep like pulsing up and down slowly. And my legs were still pretty wobbly. I remember going, well, I'm gonna go take some more, okay? And he was like, okay. I went back downstairs. I took like 2 more, and when I came back up, he had an Oxycontin. He took the Oxy, and we then went to the other room, and I was like trying to scrape a bowl for him, and every time I was trying to scrape it, every time it got close, I kept going like cross-eyed every time I was concentrating on it, and I kept seeing double, and it was really pissing me off. And like anytime I tried to read something on my phone screen, I couldn't do it. Like, I had to like take my glasses off. For some reason I could like see better without my glasses. I could see clearer, and then I kept going cross-eyed anytime I was focusing on something close. And like my I don't know, like everything was just really weird on it. And I had rapid memory loss. Like, I'd be talking about, me and my friend would just be talking, and just a couple minutes later I'd be like, wait, what we were talking about? And I did that several times throughout the day. And I also would stand up, and and I'd just like look around, and then I'd sit back down, forgetting what I was gonna go do. And then, like, I mean, it was a lot different than all the other reports I read. Like, everybody said it's a terrible experience. And keep in mind that I weigh around like 147, so like I'm about like normal. And like I said, I kept adding on throughout the night. I probably took a total of like 600 milligrams at the most. You know, I'm definitely gonna take more the next time, because it's not that it was boring. It was just so much more, like, less eventful. I was expecting like so much more from it. I was expecting, you know, because like I was really hoping for something to like morph out of the wall. I was hoping for like a person. I didn't get that. And like, if you're gonna take it, just, I don't know why everybody does it like by themselves, even if they know what the effects are gonna be. That's so dumb. Do it with somebody that's like not doing it. Like, it's okay if they're doing something else, but like, just make sure that you do it with somebody that's like in the right mind to calm you down if something bad does go wrong, or something goes wrong, or if you just start having a panic attack or flipping out or whatever. Just make sure that you have somebody there that's gonna like help you. And I wouldn't recommend really doing it when your parents are home, or somebody that you don't want to know is home, because there's always an extreme possibility that they would come into your room, and if you're tripping, then they're definitely going to be able to notice. It's because you're going to have like slurred speech. I mean, I'd kind of compare like without the visuals to DXM, just because like the movement, you know, heavy, you feel like your legs are really weak, wobbly, and like that's pretty much it, really. I mean, you can't really say too much about it, other than like, you know, like, for me, it just caused mild visual distortions, not really any real hallucinations. Didn't see anything that, maybe like out of the corner of my eye I'd be seeing something that wasn't really there. Well, there was, when I was like, me and him were on his mom's bed, and while I was like scraping the bowl or something, and I like looked over, and there was like a white handbag hanging off the knob. But like, as soon as I looked over, I saw his mom like with her standing there with her arms crossed, and then I like blinked, and I was like, holy shit. That was really the only thing that I really saw. I mean, I heard a lot of stuff. Like, so far every time I've taken it, the only really like the past few times, the only like really concernable thing, or the only like real conceivable like difference would be that I would hear shit that wasn't there. It was pretty easy to tell, because like it sounded like kind of like when in the, like, if you're in your house and like in the other room there's a television on and you can hear like noise and you're like talking, but you can't really hear what they're saying. That's kind of how it was. Alright, well, that's about it.